Annabelle! What are you doing here? Ah, you're Annabelle, right? From the Imperial Fishing Club. Not this again. Oh, it's got hair! I'm not liking that hairline.
Watch out!
Well, it's just
This is a
one.
tough one.
Relinquish it to me. It belongs to me. Your soul, your entire being.
Welcome back to Trails of Cold Steel 4. Did grinding as usual. Got up to level 74. Got some new armor. Messed with the... If I could get down there. Messed with our ordnance and stuff like that. All the master cords that we have on are at level 4. Una and Kurt are at Link level 4. And we're gonna go through and see what's going on with that ship and all the Poroma grass. Either that ship is an illusion, or we're gonna figure it out. So let's get going. Let's find out what boss fight is ahead of us and if it's going to annoy me or not.
Look! Over there!
Just as we thought.
That's the landing craft from the Pentagril.
Damn, look at all these creepy-ass flowers. And over there, just the ladies we thought we'd see.
But didn't you already do this earlier? Why reintroduce her like that? And actually, I thought you already... Why are we reintroducing General Aurelia when I'm pretty sure we did that earlier too?
Musse.
And Principal Aurelia.
Oh, you finally arrived. My young horned lions.
Welcome, Thor's Branch Campus's Class 7 Special Operations. My name is Mildine. Mildine Uzalith de Cayenne. I am heiress to the Cayenne Duchy and sponsor of the Weissland Army. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance at last.
Like we haven't met already.
Our acquaintance.
A new introduction for your new identity. Is that it?
Oh, Una. You'll have to forgive me for hiding the truth from you. Musse was an old nickname of sorts. One my parents gave me before they passed. After the accident, however, their duchy was inherited by my Uncle Croy. No sooner had he taken his seat as the new Duke Cayenne than I was shipped off to Heimdall, out of sight and out of mind. There, I spent close to a decade as a student at St. Astraea, all the while knowing that my uncle's actions would one day lead to civil war.
What?
That's impossible.
You're saying that as a little kid, you knew there was gonna be a civil war?
It only made sense. I could see what my uncle would make of House Cayenne's assets, the machinations of the other 4 great houses, and the Rhineford group as well, the Empire's relationships with Crossbell and the Republic, the Blood and Iron Chancellor's plots, excluding supernatural elements such as the Society and the Divine Knights. All of these factors allowed me to predict that the Noble Alliance would move to suppress the reformist faction by force.
I forget, is it Musse who talked about how everything was set in motion? Like everything was planned out and we're just playing the role? Or was it somebody else? Someone in, I think, Cold Steel 3 had said how everything that happened, the Civil War, and just everything, was leading up to the Great Twilight. I can't remember if it was Musse who said it or not.
And that it would all lead to Duke Cayenne's, to my Uncle Croy's inevitable downfall.
If you were anyone else, I'd think that was a bluff.
Lady Mildine contacted me right at the close of the Civil War. as an ally of Count Egret. I'd known of her since she was a child, when she predicted every twist and turn of the Northern War, right down to the Empire's proposal. I made up my mind. I would see Lady Mildine as the next head of House Cayenne. Not that sham of a man Marquis Ballard. Though I must admit to this day, I find both her ambition and the accuracy of her predictions intimidating. For instance, she sought contact with the Witch of Ouroboros to bolster her list of allies. And by the end of last year, she had foreseen the national mobilization law, the war with Calvard, and even the curse overtaking the Empire.
Last year?
Damn, she's like some kind of monster.
What's going on? Something tells me this isn't clairvoyance.
I merely look at the pieces in play and consider how they will interact. No clairvoyance necessary.
You know, I can look at a whole lot of pieces and piece them together, but I don't think I'm gonna find out what's exactly gonna happen next year.
I see the current state of things, the events that led up to this point, and the multitude of futures spreading out before us.
I'm sure I can figure out what's gonna happen in a month, but not that long.
And, most importantly, I see the goal of the one who controls the game board. At the moment, Chancellor Osborne is unmistakably that person. Prince Olivert noticed this as well, and did all he could to stop Osborne's ambitions. But it became clear to me that he never quite understood the extent of the Chancellor's plans. Which is why I started devising some plans of my own. The first was getting the General here to take over as principal of the Thor's Branch campus, and the second was claiming the title of Duchess Cayenne and recruiting soldiers to my side behind the scenes. Then, when the Great Twilight broke out, I established the Viceland Army.
I mean, we already knew as soon as Musse started saying some weird stuff in the very beginning of 3 that I was like, alright, she's got some plans. She's got something unraveling here the whole time. But damn.
It is with this very force that I intend to stop Operation Jormungand. Perhaps you could say they're the dagger I prepared to strike at the heart of the serpent.
Musse.
I'm finally starting to see what Eustace was talking about. I don't quite understand how, but you really do intend to fight them, don't you? The Imperial Army has grown to a massive size with the recent draft. It may very well be the largest force ever assembled. An army of 1 million strong, poised to destroy Calvard. Yet you still plan to stand against them?
Yes, that's exactly right.
Are those women we met earlier another part of your plans? The ones affiliated with the Principality of Remiferia and a certain other country.
So you ran into them, did you? Must be fate, but you are correct. We invited them here to discuss their cooperation. I imagine they're secretly conferring with their respective countries as we speak.
Alright, I'm starting to see what you're after now.
Hell of a plan, if you're willing to break a whole bunch of eggs. Even if it goes the way you want, a ton of people are gonna lose their lives in the process.
True.
It's gonna go that way either
I
way.
estimate it will result in hundreds of thousands of deaths. Though in the worst case scenario, it could be millions. Civilian and soldier alike.
So many dead.
You're serious about this?
I am. At this point, the Imperial Army has gained too much momentum for us to be able to stop it outright. Erebonia was already the greatest military power in Zemuria. And like you said, conscription has only further increased its strength.
You know what the funny thing is? When you think about it, in the second game, Class 7 was neutral to the whole war, though they were still going against the Imperial Liberation Front. But they were still neutral. But they were, in a way, still working with the Empire. But now we're going against them. And I don't think there is any neutral standpoint here. Even if we were to run into people from Calvard, would we work with them? Probably not. Who knows?
That's without even factoring in the Panzer Soldats, railway cannons, and airships. It has the advantage in both numbers and technology. What's more, the Chancellor has Ouroboros at his beck and call. And above all else, there's the Great Twilight itself. Its curse removes any chance that those involved in the conflict could grow weary of war. At this early phase, many are able to resist its influence, But that won't last forever. It's only a matter of time until every soul in Erebonia will be able to think of nothing but war. Which is why I presented the other nations an ultimatum. Do nothing, and allow themselves to be swallowed up by the Empire, forever stained by its curse. Or join me in one final effort to keep the world from ending. Fighting back, no matter the cost. That's what I told those women you met, and it's what I've told everyone else I've been in contact with.
Just how many countries have you spoken to?
Wait. You're telling me you've talked to everyone already?
Much like Operation Jormungand itself, my plan is well underway. The bell cannot be unrung. Even if I were to die, the choice to fight or be overtaken would still remain. Now, I'll keep my predictions as to what they will choose to myself. But humans are foolish and prideful, but they tend to show their true colors and their true strength in times of crisis. In the end, that will be the deciding factor.
Unbelievable.
I see you're fully prepared to go through with this, even having predicted the possible fallout.
Yuna gonna say something, obviously.
But, Musse, why join us? I can see your resolve, and I get what you're trying to do. But what I don't get is why you joined Class 7. What purpose did that serve? If everything you just told us is true, wouldn't it have been more effective for you to stay behind the scenes? And even if enrolling at the branch campus was part of your plan, you didn't need to transfer to Class 7. Wasn't sticking with us through everything that happened in the Grawl an unnecessary risk?
I only did what would benefit me, naturally.
Nope, when you joined Class 7, you started getting attached, and that was your downfall and your ultimate plan of probably not wanting to get attached to anybody.
How could I resist the chance to get close to the son of the Chancellor, the Ashen Awakener himself? He seemed like he would have some connection to the curse, so I thought that learning more about him would be advantageous in the long run. Of course, it didn't hurt that Instructor Reen is totally my type.
Okay, that part I believe. But the rest of that explanation was bullshit.
Agreed. That sounds like a job for one of your pieces. As a player, it would be safer for you to stay removed from all this. And that includes you talking to us in person right now.
When I connected with everyone in the Grawl, I felt a warmth inside you, Musse. No matter what you might say now, you couldn't have fabricated that. Your feelings toward all of us are genuine. That's the one thing I can say with absolute certainty.
It's like, once you get close to Reen Swarzer in Class 7, you ain't escaping. You a part of that family now.
Altina.
Your poker face is starting to crack, Egret. Still, that little trick of yours is something else. You could really give Osborne a run for his money. And this plan you've come up with is probably the best chance anyone has of shutting down the Empire. But the question is, can you live with yourself afterward? Yeah, you've thought the plan up, but I'm guessing you sure as hell wish there was another way.
Listen, Musse, you may not think so, but you really are just a regular girl.
What?
Your friendships with Elise and Alphen, your pride in our class, your major crush on Instructor Reen, they're all part of that. That dirty mind of yours, and the way you tease people can be a little annoying, I admit. Still, you're just an ordinary girl who loves sweets, gossip, and all sorts of other regular stuff. Same kind of girl you'd find anywhere. Sure, you may also be a genius who can come up with plans to change the fate of the world, but that's beside the point. There's no way an ordinary girl like you would be okay with a plan that would cost millions of people their lives, is there?
Right to the heart.
Aha! Now I see. You wanted us to hear this plan, but you didn't want to go through with it. Because every idea you came up with called for too great a sacrifice. And you were hoping that with Reen and the others, you would find another way.
Let me put it another way. What do you really want, Musse? I'm not asking future Duchess Mildine Uselith de whatever. I'm asking Musse Egret, member of Class 7. What do you want to do?
Yuna, The truth is,
Now, before you get to say that, something's probably gonna go down. Here it comes.
Well, isn't this a touching sight?
Oh, that sounds like fuckwad Cedric. Oh boy, and the rest of the main campus douchebags.
Those uniforms.
They're from the main campus. And isn't that...
Yeah, douchewad Cedric. And Mike. You know, I didn't... And Shirley. Great. I told you I didn't... I told you guys I wasn't back to liking Michael after what he did in the third game. Yeah, he was getting a little bit better, but I never said I was back to being on good standpoints with him. But now you want to work with them. Man, you're just another scum of the earth.
We meet again, Class 7.
Don't try to run. We have you surrounded.
Ada. Fritz? And what's going on?
It's been some time, Class 7. How convenient to find all of you in one place.
Funny how easily you turn sides.
Ah, former instructor Irving. I wish I could say I was surprised to see you on their side. I take it you've chosen to remain with the military then.
Receptive as ever, former Principal Le Guin. I have some plans of my own. I've since taken on the position of Field Exercise Supervisor for the Thor's main campus. For your safety, I would advise you all to come quietly.
Are you kidding me?
It's good to see you, Kurt. How have you been since the Grawl?
Your Highness.
You're seriously working with the Sanguine Ogre.
Why bother calling him your highness anymore? You know what this man has done. Why bother calling him something of a higher power? Stop calling him your highness. Just call him by his stupid ass name.
What the shit is she doing in a Thor's uniform?
That's what I gotta ask.
you like it? I thought I filled it out nicely.
Everyone's here. Just like the intelligence division said they would be. The would-be Imperial assassin Ash Carbide, and all of his Class 7 accomplices. Even Lady Mildine, suspected instigator of the recent armed uprisings. As a representative of both Thor's and the Imperial family, it is my duty to take you all in.
Go ahead and try.
I'm sorry, but I can't let that happen.
What? You think you're hot shit now that you've got some shiny new toys?
As a matter of fact, I do. After all, what good is power if you can't exercise it?
Oh. Oh, man. I love this. I love that he completely just said, yes, I am hot shit. Thank you very much. I'm the god... I hate this kid.
And right now, you are all powerless to stop me. Especially given that my sniper has a bead on your Rakshasa right now.
The red constellation's here too?
You're not playing around, huh?
This whole thing seems a little petty, but whatever.
I'm only here to fulfill His Highness's orders.
My god, could this guy's voice be any gravelly and deeper?
Between the Jaegers and Major Irving, they've staged a two-pronged offensive.
I'm sure the rest of the old Class 7 will show up and save us at some point.
Having to fight my way through both of them and ensure Lady Mildine's safety might prove a tad bothersome.
We've set up a perimeter with the Ark Royale and the RMP's anti-aircraft cannons. Trying to escape aboard your landing craft would be suicide. And don't even try bringing out your Panzer Soldats. That will make no difference.
You knew about that, huh?
He was our instructor, after all.
Be that as it may,
There she goes, getting rid of Mildine and bringing out the Musse.
my friends have shown me a new potential path, and I'm not about to let that slip through my fingers. Do your worst. I, Musse Egret of Class 7, will fight back with everything I've got.
Musse.
Hell yeah, that's more like it.
That's right. This is not where our story ends.
Not until we get our instructor back.
I just saw Ash pop out of the screen. Oh. Sarah, you grabbing your weapon?
Oh, very well. I suppose we'll have to break you before you really understand the position you're in.
This is a lot of people I gotta
And we'll
deal
do
with.
so with the greatest that Thor's Class 1 has to offer. Show us how
Greatest,
far
huh?
you've come since the Grog.
We won't let our history stay our blades.
So don't give us anything less than your all.
Wasn't planning on it, assholes.
I hope you're ready, Your Highness.
I've been waiting for a chance to cut loose. Brace yourselves.
I'm ready. We fight together, everyone!
Let's do this, new Class 7!
Prepare
You know, I
yourselves.
just swapped the fucking
better not
party,
disappoint
and then
me,
the game is like, no,
Give it
you
your
get to
all.
have it
You'll
like this.
need it.
Anyway, it's a new day,
How bad?
and I can actually do
Let's
this.
go.
I can win this.
Not today!
This is very much possible. Because I have done this once.
Very
Thanks
well.
for the help.
I have actually been able to do this before.
Go wild!
And I'll show you just how I
Crazy
did it.
Let's go. Behold, the dual blades of Vander. Now,
Best thing to do is to use all the S-crafts that actually have status effects to them.
Ragnar.
So I'll go ahead and use those right there. Nobody got hit with a status effect there, sadly, but...
I'll cast a spell on you.
Because if you just get that small chance, then that's good.
So pretty. Brilliant shot! I may have gone a little too far.
See, we fainted her, that's good.
How bad? It's my turn.
Alright. It's best to do Ash next, because he can confuse one of them, and that would be good.
Now, let's dance.
I ain't done with
This
you
is mostly
yet.
thanks to Ash's crazy hunt order.
Sweet dreams.
I didn't confuse anybody,
shall
but
go.
would have been nice if he did.
Switch.
Let's move.
Now we'll hit him with... Well, actually, so Musse doesn't up and die.
Thanks for the help.
Now,
Time to get a little serious. Northern Lightning! That make you feel tingly?
Mine!
Go!
Not today!
Yeah!
I
damn it, Musse.
Very well.
Nothing I can really do
My
about it, just
apologies.
gotta leave it how it
Leave it to
is.
me.
Because I can't be wasting stuff.
Go wild! Crazy hunt!
Can't
Here I
waste
go.
turns. Gotta use them effectively.
This is it! Yeah!
Doesn't matter if I miss XP or not. What matters is getting that AP. If I can get that XP later, this AP, I'm gonna miss it.
You guys are pretty good. Yeah. My turn. I'll leave it to you.
I'll handle it.
Now we'll do Arcadia's gear, it'll hit them all.
Now, transform. Sync complete. Go, Arcadia's gear. Ready, launch. Rio knife, open fire.
I couldn't do anything about the fight for
Exterminating
AP
target.
before this. In the last, back in, where were we again?
Possible.
You're holding out rather well.
When we were fighting against Zephyr, I couldn't really do too much back then. But, you know, now, I can actually do something against this, though.
Arcus activate! Ha!
Thanks for the help.
Aegis, protect us! My turn! Yeah!
It's my turn.
Yeah, that perfect guard sure held you up.
got this. Let's move.
Now's our chance. Alice.
He's dead.
Pitiful.
AP conditions have been met. Oh, Mitz, you didn't see that you weren't gonna get any XP from that anyway. So basically, if you want to beat that your first try on Nightmare, get yourself up to level 74. Mess with your orbments however you want. Make sure you got some good orbments on. And use Ash's Crazy Hunt order. Use S-crafts that have status effects first. And then use the other S-crafts, and hopefully you are able to do it. But that just takes some thinking to do.